Welcome to the deep dive. We're doing exactly what the name suggests today. We take some really interesting material and pull out the key bits, the insights, just for you.
Yeah, basically your shortcut to getting up to speed.
Exactly. And today we're getting into the Halal Travel Trends 2025, Exploring Beyond Boundaries, where Faith Meets Adventure report. It's from MasterCard and Crescentrating.
That's the one. It's a pretty comprehensive look at where things are heading for Muslim travelers. Our job today is really to boil it down, find the crucial trends so you can, get the picture quickly.
For sure. And they use this really neat framework to structure it all. RIDA. RIDA.
Right. Responsible, immersive, digital, and assured.
And what's cool is that RIDA comes from the Arabic word RIDA. Am I saying that right? RIDA?
Yeah, pronounced it means contentment, satisfaction.
Nice. So it's about how travel can really meet our needs properly.
It's a solid framework. And look, this isn't just guesswork. The report uses surveys over 1,800 travelers took part. Plus, insights from 18 industry experts and lots of third-party data, too. It actually launched earlier this year, April 2025, in Istanbul.
Okay.
At the PATI Annual Summit. That's the Pacific Asia Travel Association. So it's very current, very well-researched.
Okay, great. Let's dive in then. First up, are responsible tourism. Now, this is more than just, picking up your litter, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Responsible tourism, fundamentally, it's about traveling ethically, thinking about the social, cultural, environmental impact.
Right.
It's about minimizing the bad stuff and actively trying to boost the good stuff for the environment and for the local communities you visit.
And the report says this is becoming kind of the new normal, not just for a few people.
Exactly. It suggests there's this growing awareness, people understand their footprint more.
That makes sense. We see it everywhere, don't we?
Yeah.
Social media plays a part too, I bet, highlighting good and bad practices.
For sure. And you have frameworks like the Halal Trip Responsible Tourism Framework kind of guiding things.
Okay. So what did the survey find were the top priorities for people when it comes to responsible tourism?
Right. So 3 main things came out on top. First, with 33%, was educational and awareness initiatives.
Interesting. So people actually want to learn.
Yeah, they want to understand their impact, learn about cultural sensitivity, conservation, how to support local communities. It's about giving travelers the knowledge to make better choices.
So less about rules, more about understanding the why. Okay, what was second?
Second, at 26%, was sustainable and ethical practices. This is more hands-on stuff.
Like what?
Like supporting local businesses directly, making sure wildlife encounters are ethical, reducing waste, tangible actions.
Gotcha. And the third?
Third, with 23%, was community-based tourism. So travel that directly involved and, crucially, benefits the local community.
Right. So the money stays local, and maybe you get a more authentic experience.
Precisely. It ensures the benefits are shared, and travelers get that deeper cultural connection.
Now, a big challenge with more travel is, well, over-tourism. Destinations getting swamped. How does the report tackle managing that? It's not just about saying no more tourists, is it?
No, not at all. It's much more nuanced. It's about finding that balance, the economic benefits versus preserving local life, local heritage.
Tricky balance.
Very. The report mentions government strategies, things like visitor caps, yes, but also sustainable policies, promoting off-peak travel.
Like trying to spread people out through the year.
Exactly. And zoning rules, like the hotel regulations in Bali. Or look at Copenhagen's Copenpay encouraging public transport or bikes instead of cars.
Well, that's clever. Nudging behavior.
Yeah, and it's a huge issue. The report says 98 destinations are struggling with over-tourism.
98? Wow. That really shows the need for solutions.
It does, and that community-based tourism, or CBT we mentioned, that's seen as a really promising approach.
Because it puts locals more in control.
Exactly. Local control, direct economic benefit to communities, community ownership, management. It helps preserve culture, empowers people.
Seems much fairer. And the report says CBT and halal tourism fit well together.
Yeah, they align really naturally. Both emphasize respecting local culture, supporting communities sustainably. If you weave halal-friendly services into CBT, you attract Muslim travelers while directly benefiting locals. Win-win.
Okay. Now, going beyond just sustaining, the report mentions regenerative tourism. That sounds more proactive.
It is. Regenerative tourism isn't just about not doing harm. It's about actively restoring. making things better.
Wow, so.
Think responsible animal interactions, supporting ethical sanctuaries, actually getting involved in environmental restoration projects, choosing nature-positive entertainment.
So leaving a place better than you found it.
That's the core idea, and it's catching on. 72% of industry experts are pushing for this regenerative approach.
I like that. Okay. Shifting to food, always a big part of travel. The ethical diner trend. What's that about?
It's driven by values, people making food choices that minimize ecological harm, align with environmental ethics, animal rights, worker well-being.
So thinking about where the food comes from, how it's produced.
Exactly. Concerns about animal welfare like cage-free eggs, sustainable palm oil, social justice in the supply chain, transparency. It's that broader impact of what we eat.
And how does this connect with halal principles? Seems like there'd be overlap.
Huge overlap. Halal travel already encourages ethical eating, proper food handling, humane treatment of animals, transparency. And the Islamic principle of tayyib, wholesome, pure, covers these ethical points too. Environmental care, avoiding waste.
So halal standards can actually meet or even go beyond what ethical diners are looking for.
In many cases, yes, they align very strongly.
Okay, let's talk getting around. Transportation, sustainable mobility. What's changing there?
Well, transport was like 20% of global CO2 emissions back in 2020, so it's a big focus. We're talking greener, cleaner, affordable options.
Like electric cars?
Low or zero emission vehicles, yeah.
Oh,
Alternative fuels, but also, crucially, investing in good public transport, making it connected, accessible, affordable.
and smaller stuff too. Bikes, scooters.
Micromobility, active transport, e-scooters, bikes, walking. But that needs the right infrastructure, you know? Bike lanes, good footpaths, making those options easy and safe.
Right. It needs to be convenient, not just virtuous. And the report links this to faith values again.
It does. Suggest framing it within Islamic values, stewardship of the earth, moderation, social responsibility. Connecting sustainable choices to spiritual principles can encourage uptake.
Okay, one last one under responsible tourism. Unplugged adventures. Digital detox retreats. Sounds needed.
Doesn't it just? In our hyper-connected world, these offer a chance to, well, disconnect for well-being.
Is this actually a big thing?
Apparently, the report notes a 50% global jump in search interest for digital detox retreats. People are looking for ways to relieve stress, boost creativity, deepen connections.
Reconnect with nature, maybe?
Yeah, and just be more mindful. Often they have structured programs to help you build healthier tech habits long term.
I can see the appeal
Yeah.
and the faith connection.
Fits perfectly with Islamic ideas of mindfulness, finding balance, spiritual renewal. It's a space for reflection.
Okay, great stuff. Let's move to the second pillar. Immersive experience. This feels like a shift away from just ticking off sites.
Totally. Immersive travel is about really engaging with a place, its culture, using all your senses, going deeper than the surface level stuff.
Seeking connection, understanding.
Exactly. Today's travelers want more authentic, meaningful encounters, not just passive sightseeing.
So what kind of immersive things are people prioritizing? What did the survey say?
Okay, top choice, 29%, was engaging in local food and beverage experiences. Food again. Culinary tourism is huge for cultural connection.
No surprise there. What else?
Second, at 28%, was authentic local experiences beyond the famous sites. People want unique stuff off the beaten track.
Finding hidden gems.
Right. And third, 26%, was eco-friendly adventure activities. So sustainable adventure. It shows a desire to do things, experience things actively.
Food, unique local stuff, and green adventures. Paints a picture. The report talks about experiencing culture through daily life. Sounds intense.
It's about shifting from watching to participating, maybe longer stays in fewer places.
How would that work?
Things like volunteering locally, staying in homestays, trying to learn some of the language, joining in local events or festivals.
Oh, yeah.
And for Muslim travelers, it suggests faith-aligned options like helping on a community farm, supporting education, eco-conservation, or staying in halal-assured homestays. Really deepens the understanding.
Yeah, we keep coming back to food. Let's dig into embracing local flavors. Culinary tourism as part of immersion.
It's massive. Food is such a window into culture, history, and it supports the local economy directly. Report says 81% of travelers look forward to local food.
81%. But for Muslim travelers, finding halal versions of local specialties can be tricky, right? You want the real deal, but halal.
That's the key challenge. You don't want a watered-down version. You want the authentic flavor just prepared according to halal standards.
So what's the solution?
Destinations need to encourage restaurants to create authentic halal versions. Maybe tourism boards could create halal food trails, showcasing local dishes, perhaps led by local Muslim chefs.
That sounds brilliant. Good for everyone. Okay, different track. Sport tourism. That's a huge market, you said.
Huge and growing fast. About 10% of global tourism, maybe $600 billion in 2023, projected over $2 trillion by 2032.
Wow. What's driving that? Big events.
Big events, definitely, but also more people traveling to participate in sports themselves, like marathons, cycling tours, skiing.
Right.
It's the excitement, the community feel, the health trend, and it's often year-round. UN tourism predicts like 16–17% annual growth.
Incredible. But how do you make sport tourism inclusive for Muslim travelers?
That's the key: inclusivity. Need to make sure events and venues are faith-conscious. The big gaps now are often halal food options at stadiums, proper prayer spaces, maybe modest changing facilities. Needs planning.
Okay. Another immersive angle, exploring festivals, local festival tourism. What's the appeal there?
Festivals are amazing for cultural immersion, aren't they? You see traditions, arts, community spirit up close. Plus, they bring economic benefits, foster connections.
Yeah, they can be really vibrant.
And they can drive sustainable tourism if they showcase local heritage crafts.
So how do festivals attract Muslim travelers specifically?
By being intentionally inclusive, providing halal food vendors, designated prayer areas, maybe modest seating options, family zones,
Makes sense.
and highlighting shared values like hospitality, community, maybe even involving Muslim artists or performers, makes it feel welcoming.
Now, for a different pace, slow travel,
Mm,
spending longer in one place.
exactly. Extended stays, fewer destinations. It's about savoring moments, quality over quantity, less rushing, more absorbing.
Sounds less stressful.
Yeah.
Better for well-being.
That's a big driver. Deeper connections, more personal experiences.
And how does this vibe with Muslim travelers?
You can highlight faith-friendly experiences that suit longer stays, opportunities for spiritual reflection in nature, proper cultural exchange, local volunteering, community prayers, learning traditional crafts.
So framing it as mindful, intentional travel.
Precisely. It aligns well with Islamic traditions of balance and reflection.
Okay, and what about solo travel? Seems more and more people are doing it.
Definitely gaining traction, driven by changing social norms, technology making it easier, maybe post-COVID shifts, desire for personal growth.
Digital nomadism too, I guess.
Yeah, that's part of it. Solo travel offers freedom, flexibility, self-discovery, can even be cheaper sometimes.
Sounds empowering. But what about for Muslim travelers going solo? Any specific considerations?
Safety and feeling welcome are huge. Culturally sensitive environments are key.
Especially for women, maybe.
Yes. Safety is often the top priority for female solo travelers. The report mentions about 60% prioritize low crime rates. So highlighting safe areas, maybe homestays with local Muslim families, women-friendly accommodation. Combining faith needs with flexibility is crucial.
Right. Okay, last one under immersive. Sounds wild. Beyond Earth or space tourism. Seriously.
Haha, yeah, it's on the horizon. From high-altitude balloons to actual orbital flights, it's starting.
But surely it's incredibly expensive. And what about the environmental impact?
Major concerns, absolutely. Cost and environment are big questions. But it's a totally new frontier. Companies like Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, SpaceX are pushing it. There's even talk of space hotels eventually.
Wow. One to watch, maybe from a distance for most of us. Okay, pillar 3. Digital advancement. Hard to imagine travel without tech now.
Impossible, right. Digital tech is changing everything, makes travel more accessible, personalized, efficient, planning, booking, paying.
And even while you're there, digital guides, translation apps.
Augmented reality tours, it's everywhere, every stage of the journey.
So what are the big tech priorities according to the report's survey?
Top of the list, 57% is AI-powered travel.
AI. No surprise there. What does that mean in practice?
Things like AI giving you personalized destination ideas, planning your itinerary intelligently, instant translation.
Yeah, what else?
Second, 32%, cashless payment integration. People want smooth digital payments.
Makes sense. Less fumbling with foreign currency.
And third, 28%, augmented and virtual reality tours, using AR and VR for more immersive ways to explore.
So AI is really leading the charge. The report talks about intelligent travel. How does AI help Muslim travelers specifically?
It's got huge potential. AI can offer hyper-personalized, faith-conscious recommendations, suggesting certified halal food nearby, pointing out prayer spaces, filtering hotels for Muslim-friendly features.
So it takes the guesswork out.
Hopefully, and AR/VR could let you preview places, check out facilities virtually before you even book, more confidence.
And it goes further with AI agents, like a personal travel bot.
Sort of, yeah. These agents learn your preferences, offer real-time suggestions, proactive help. They might plan parts of your trip, find deals, manage bookings, even adjust your itinerary on the fly if needed. Wow. And for Muslim travelers, imagine real-time help with cultural etiquette, translation, prayer time reminders, finding halal food right where you are. The report says 16 out of 20 experts see AI as the main driver for tourism's future.
That's a strong consensus. Okay, what about actual robots in hotels, airports?
We're seeing more automation, robots helping with the check-in, carrying luggage, maybe housekeeping. In airports, managing bags, providing directions, information. Even robot chefs aren't out of the question.
Sounds efficient, but maybe a bit impersonal. How do you make sure robots understand faith needs?
Crucial point. The report stresses programming these needs in deliberately. Multiple languages, prayer time info, directions to mosques, verifying halal certifications for robot-prepared food. Inclusivity has to be designed in.
Right. Okay, back to our phones. Smart apps for personalized halal journeys. What are these apps doing now?
They're becoming really sophisticated, enhancing planning and the experience on the ground. You've got virtual experiences like Muslim 3D or Haji VR for holy sites.
Immersive previews.
Then practical apps like Halal Trip with guides, restaurant finders, prayer facility locators, and spiritual apps too. Ayah Day, Hadith Source, Muslim Pro for daily guidance. They're becoming essential tools.
Like a digital companion for the faith-conscious traveler, another big digital shift. Cashless is king. Are we ditching physical money?
Seems that way. Digital payments, Apple Pay, Google Wallet, MasterCard adoption just soared, especially post-pandemic. Report says 92% in U.S. Europe made a digital payment recently. 28% of in-store payments in 2024 use digital wallets.
Convenience factor is huge,
Yeah.
especially internationally.
Definitely. Easier transactions, less hassle with currency exchange, demand for borderless payments.
Okay, now something usually not effortless. Immigration. The report talks about effortless immigration. How?
AI, biometrics, digital tech are making border crossings faster, more secure. Think advanced facial recognition, iris scans, e-passports, digital travel documents.
Self-service kiosks, too.
Yeah. Airports are investing heavily. The UK, US TSA, Singapore Changi, they're using AI and biometrics to cut down queue time significantly. Report mentions Singapore cutting clearance times by 60%.
That would be amazing. Finally, under digital nomads. Remote work, fueling travel. This isn't niche anymore, is it?
Not at all. It's gone mainstream. Remote work is common. Destinations are creating nomad-friendly visas, co-working spaces, co-living setups.
Italy, the EU,
Yeah.
they have programs, right?
Yeah, Chieno, Italy, the Nomadland Project. It's a whole cultural shift towards blending work, life, and global travel. Projections are for 60 million digital nomads by 2030, 50% growth.
Huge numbers. So how do destinations attract Muslim digital nomads?
By creating environments that support their work and their lifestyle. They need places where they can balance work, religious obligations, wellness, cultural exploration.
So nomad visas, sure, but also co-working spaces near halal food and prayer facilities.
Exactly, and Muslim-friendly accommodation options. Plus, just a generally welcoming, culturally aware atmosphere.
Okay, brings us to the final pillar, a assured service. This sounds like peace of mind, feeling comfortable and safe.
Precisely. Assured service is about making sure travelers feel well cared for, their specific needs are met, travel is accessible, inclusive.
And there's a growing demand for services tailored to Muslim travelers. Big market potential.
Absolutely. Muslim travelers are a significant growing segment. Focusing on assured service isn't just good practice, it's good business. The report points this out clearly.
And Crescentrating's own work fits in here.
Yes, their model of 9 faith-based service needs for Muslim travelers and their accessible travel framework are really key guides for the industry on how to deliver this assured service effectively.
So what did the travelers surveyed say were the top priorities for assured service? What do they need most?
Number 1, by a huge margin, 82% certified halal restaurants. Easy access to reliable halal food is non-negotiable.
Okay, fundamental need. What's next?
Second, 44% Muslim-friendly assured accommodations. Hotels, apartments that cater to faith needs prayer mats, Qibla direction, maybe modest dress code policies.
Right. And third.
Third, 37% halal travel and lifestyle apps. Again, highlighting the reliance on digital tools for information and meeting needs on the go.
Halal food, suitable places to stay, and apps to help find them. Clear priorities. The report also broadens out to inclusive travel generally, beyond just faith.
Yes, inclusive travel means making tourism accessible for everyone. People with disabilities, seniors, families with kids, anyone with specific requirements.
How do you achieve that?
Through inclusive design, adapting services, collaboration across the industry, staff training, using data, marketing inclusivity. And for Muslim travelers, it specifically mentions ensuring physical accessibility and faith-friendly services for multi-generational family trips.
Okay. Another group getting focus, modern female travelers. Why the specific attention?
Well, women often drive travel planning decisions, plus we're seeing more female solo travel and women-only groups. The industry is realizing they need to cater better.
What does that look like?
Women-centric marketing. Better safety features digital keys, maybe sensors and tailored spaces like women-only floors, wellness services, private recreation areas.
And for Muslim female travelers?
The report emphasizes safe, modest, women-friendly environments, female-led tours, culturally respectful experiences, and remember that safety stats, 60% of solo women prioritize low crime. It's paramount.
Got it. Now, helping people navigate all this, halal travel guides, are these becoming more common, more needed?
Definitely more needed and becoming more common, especially digitally. There's a growing demand for reliable info guidebooks, yes, but increasingly digital content, social media, online resources.
Influencers too, Muslim travel bloggers.
Big time. They share personalized insights, recommendations, real experiences through vlogs, blogs, social posts. The report notes that a lack of good guides has held some Muslim travelers back, so these resources are vital for building confidence to explore more widely.
Bridging the information gap. Okay, final point under assured service. Beyond OIC, meaning Muslim-friendly tourism isn't just in Muslim-majority countries anymore.
Exactly. It's gone global. Non-Muslim destinations are actively courting this market now, recognizing the potential.
Which countries are doing well?
We're seeing non-OIC places like Singapore, Thailand, Spain, Hong Kong, Philippines, Taiwan getting involved in things like the Halal and Travel Global Summit. Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore especially are making real efforts, infrastructure, services.
And the market size justifies this.
Absolutely. The Global Muslim Travel Index 2024 predicts 168 million international Muslim arrivals this year, surpassing pre-pandemic levels. Could hit 230 million by 2028, spending around $225 billion. It's a massive global market.
Wow, okay. The numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Now, the report ties these trends together, looks at the synergies. How do responsible tourism and immersive experiences connect?
They feed into each other strongly. People increasingly want authentic engagement that also benefits communities and the environment. Think community-based tourism and regenerative tourism, perfect examples.
So the immersive part supports the responsible part.
Exactly. Meaningful interaction supports socioeconomic responsibility. Destinations that nail the synergy attract conscious travelers. But you still need to manage challenges like over-tourism to keep it sustainable.
Right. And how does digital advancement enable both assured service and responsible travel?
Digital tools are key enablers. Halal travel apps boost assured service by providing reliable info on restaurants, accommodation, peace of mind.
Yeah.
But those same apps can boost responsible travel by listing eco-friendly activities, promoting CBT, showing sustainable options, and AI tools can personalize recommendations for both faith and sustainability preferences.
Very integrated. The report also mentioned the convergence of ethical consumption, halal and tayyib. How do those align?
It's a very natural fit. Ethical eating values humane treatment, environmental care, transparency strongly echo halal principles, and especially the broader concept of tayyib, which means wholesome and pure.
So tayyib is like halal plus.
Kind of. It covers the whole process. So offering food that's halal and meets tayyib standards appeals both to Muslim travelers and that growing number of ethical consumers globally. Broader appeal.
Interesting. Finally, how do immersive experiences link up with the rise of solo and slow travel?
The common thread is that desire for deeper, more authentic travel. Solo travelers often seek immersion for personal growth, real connection. Slow travel, by its nature, longer stays, deeper engagement is inherently immersive.
Oh, they all point towards moving beyond surface-level tourism.
Exactly, becoming an active explorer, not just a passive tourist. And again, these trends align well with faith principles promoting cultural understanding and respect.
Well, this has been incredibly useful. A real deep dive into that Halal Travel Trends 2025 report. It's amazing seeing how these forces, being responsible, seeking immersion, leveraging digital, needing assurance, all come together.
They really do. And they aren't separate streams, are they?
No.
They're all interconnected, influencing each other. Understanding these dynamics is vital for the industry, but also really valuable for, anyone thinking about their own travel plans.
Definitely. So as everyone listening reflects on this, maybe think about which of these trends resonates most with you. Which one seems most surprising or like it will have the biggest impact? It really makes you consider how our values and all this tech are changing how we see the world.
Food for thought.
Absolutely. Until our next deep dive, safe travels wherever your journeys take you.